Ryan Pinsey here with your official Florida State versus Maryland game previews. The Noles return home after more than a month on the road. They're coming off of a 41-16 victory over the Duke Blue Devils. Head coach Jimbo Fisher and his team knows that it's a must-win situation again this weekend against the Maryland Terrapins. They want to come home to a raucous environment.
Really excited, man. I love to play at home, but I really hate to play away. You know, it's nothing like being in front of your own fans, having everybody having energy for you, and then seeing Osceola come out there riding on Renegade. That's really why I came to Florida State, you know what I mean? It still give me chills. You know, I just always love playing at home.
3 away games in a row, so that's a lot. And then we had a bye week too, and I can't wait to be in front of our fans again and play with the crowd, because when you feel the crowd cheering for you, you always play a little bit better.
It's just we're looking at the schedule and just not only our last win, but just the last time we played at home, and it was kind of like surreal as far as, man, like, has it been that long? So it'll definitely be good just to play in front of a home crowd. And
for the Seminoles to come away victorious this Saturday, they must slow down C.J. Brown. The talented freshman quarterback for the Terrapins has now rushed for over 100 yards in 2 straight games, and he had the Terrapins on the brink of victory over the Clemson Tigers last week, and the Noles know it'll take 100% effort to slow him down.
To be honest, being a part of the secondary, I learned that you cannot try to be a superhero in games like this. I mean, just do your job. Let the linebackers and D linemen take care of that quarterback, and you make plays on that quarterback if he's down the field. Don't focus too much on, you know, I have to make that tackle on that quarterback. Just stay assignment discipline.
Well, Brown's given him a great lift. I mean, extremely athletic, runs the ball, all the zone reads, can still throw it, scrambles around, creates plays with his feet. I mean, he's given them some pep and life, and they're moving the football and scoring points.
On our pass rush, we have to stay in our lanes and have to contain them better than like last week against Duke. We knew it's a pocket quarterback. We can get a little bit more wide in our pass rush. So this week we have to be like assignment sound, and everybody in the defensive line has to have their rushing lane.
You always got to have the understanding that, you know, this guy can't beat you with his legs, and knowing that going into the game is going to help you play. I mean, because the game plan is going to be set up so we can stop both the run and the pass. But as the players understand that, you know, this guy can't beat you with his legs, I think we'll be able to shut him down.
First-year head coach Randy Edsall, the Maryland Terrapins, has seen his team at the highs of the season, coming off a win over Miami in the home opener, and then the lows. They've lost 3 games to teams ranked in the top 20. He knows how important a victory in Tallahassee would mean for his team this week.
No, it'll be loud. It'll be, hostile, and I know we're looking forward to going down and playing a outstanding football team who's tremendously athletic, well coached, and a team that's kind of getting a little bit more healthy now with their quarterback back, and got back on track last weekend. So, again, what we want to do is just go down and make sure that we continue to improve in all 3 phases.
Now joined by Seminoles.com senior writer Brandon Meller. And Brandon, we saw last week C.J. Brown almost leading the Maryland Terrapins to victory over the Clemson Tigers. He's dangerous on the ground, but he also has a weapon in his tight end. That's something that has plagued the Seminoles over the years. They must focus on him.
Yeah, Florida State must control what the tight end does, and we've seen it, time in and time again. Florida State struggles against athletic tight ends who can catch the ball and get upfield. So Florida State really needs to be, at their best in staying in their lanes, reading their assignments, and not letting a guy like that get open, because we've seen in the past a tight end, he can be the quiet killer. He can be down on the goal line, he can slip out and catch a touchdown pass. So it's a guy they need to really pay attention to and not let him be the one guy that beats them.
The Seminoles had a 100-yard rusher last week in Devonta Freeman. He got 100 yards over the Duke Blue Devils. It'll be important to see that running game go again this week against a Maryland linebacking core that's been depleted by injuries.
Yeah, their linebacking core is hurting. They got a bunch of guys there who don't have a whole lot of experience, and that's really going to hurt them. And Florida State needs to take advantage. They need to do their best to get past that first level, get into the second level, take on those linebackers, and hopefully Devonta Freeman looks like he did last week.
This certainly has all the indications of a shootout here at Doak Campbell Stadium. This is a Maryland team that likes to score points plenty, and they, I'm sure, believe that they can come in here and do just that. The Seminoles, though, need to build off the success that they had last week over the Duke Blue Devils. What's it going to take in this one, and should the Seminoles be preparing for 2 quarterbacks?
Yeah, they should be. I think you would be doing yourself a service if you didn't at least prepare for both of them. Now, obviously, C.J. Brown's going to start this game, and he may go the whole duration, and he, obviously provides something very different from Danny O'Brien. He'll beat you with his legs more so than with his arms. So Florida State needs to be prepared for both. They need to know what they need to do for both these guys, and yeah, this could come down to a shootout. You hope that the defense builds off what they did last week against Duke, but we saw Duke move the ball a little bit in the second half, and yeah, I mean, Maryland's got a much different offense. So with C.J. Brown at quarterback, running the ball, throwing the ball, making plays with his legs, this defense needs to be as sound as they can be.
Make sure you check with Seminoles.com in the postgame. You can read Brandon's thoughts on the game as well as his postgame feature. Florida State and Maryland, 3:30 here at Doak Campbell Stadium. If you don't have your tickets yet, there are still some available. You can log on right now to Seminoles.com, or you can purchase them over the phone, 1-888-FSU-NOLE. We will have complete video coverage and highlights from the game as well as postgame reaction from the Seminole locker room. You can interact with the staff of Seminoles.com throughout the game on Facebook and Twitter as well as a live chat. Make sure you stay with Seminoles.com, your official source for Florida State athletics. For Seminoles.com, I'm Ryan Pensy.